good afternoon, class. I am Sir Stephen John Monhe. This is Ed 3, Gensai. And for today's topic, we talk all about parasites. So, class, when we say all about parasites, andito na yung iba't ibang klase ng mga mahabang klaseng bagay. Tulad ng uod, bulate, um, amoebiasis, tapeworms. So, ngayon matatakal natin lahat yan. So, anyway, let's move on. Vitreous pubis. The morphology of the vitreous pubis are almost 1.5 to 2.0 millimeters in length and nearly as broad as long. The adult has a crab-shaped body, a rectangular head, and 3 pairs of legs. The front pair of legs is much more slender and has smaller claws with 2 pairs. So, the classification, the crab louse or vitreous pubis is an insect. The crab house usually is found in the person's pubic hair. So, itong vitreous pubis pala ay commonly na nakita sa pag sinabing pubic hair. Ito yung sabi natin sa mga private parts ng lalaki o babae. So, siguro masabi ko lang na ito ay medyo gross lang isipin, di ba? So, let's move on. Pulex irritans. The morphology of fleas have the same general morphology. An adult Pulex irritans is reddish-brown in color, with females being 2.5 to 3.5 mm long. So, maliit lang pala ito, no? And males being 2 to 2.5 mm long. The classification are roughly 1.5 to 4 mm in length and are laterally flattened. So, pag sinabing flattened, flat, patag lang siya, plain. So, they are dark brown in color, are wingless. Wala silang pakpak. And have piercing, sucking mouth parts that aid in feeding on the host's blood. So, nabubuhay sila sa pamamagitan ng paghigop ng dugo sa host, sa tao. So, the next one, Sarcoptes scabi. The morphology of Sarcoptes scabi mites are sometimes spherical, eyeless mites with 4 pairs of legs and 2 pairs behind. They are recognizable by their oval, ventrally flattened, and dorsally convex tortoise-like bodies and multiple cuticular spines. The classification of the Sarcoptes scabi is sometimes called a parasite mite that burrows into skin and cause scabies. Ito yung scabies, yung galis aso. Pag malimbawa may nakita kayong bata na yung may galis sa paa, yun na yun. And the mite is found in all parts of the world. So, kalain mo yun kung saan-saan mo pa makikita to. And also, humans are not only mammals that can become infected. So, hindi lang pala tao ang kaya nitong sirain o mapinsala. Either sa hayop o kahit ano pa mga hayop yan. So, let's move on to the next part. The life cycle of the organisms. So, pabalikan natin yung vitreous pubis dito sa unang table. So, this is through contact by sexual activities. So, mag-uumpisa ito sa egg. Kung makikita nyo, i-zoom natin. Ayan. So mag-uumpisa sa itlog, first nymph, second nymph, third nymph, at sa adult. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 5 ang stages nito bago lumaki. So, it can only be transmitted to sexual activity nga. So, second, the Pulex irritans and its life cycle. So, i-zoom natin. Please bear with me, class. May na-signal natin. Life cycle of Pulex irritans. So, syempre, usually nagsisimula ito sa itlog and hatch into larvae from pupae. So, sinong nakakaano sa word na pupae? Ito yung tama nga kayo. Ito yung nakikita natin sa paru-paro bago siya mag-bloom, bago maging adult. So, maging adult na, saka ito mamiminsala sa, so nakikita niyo yan, may tao, aso, pusa, rodent, daga. And lastly, the Sarcoptes scabiei. So, i-zoom ko lang class. Ayan. So, mag-umpisa tayo sa itlog. Namimisa ito kahit saan. Eggs hatch into larvae. Larvae from pupae. Adults hatch from pupae. At kapag ito ay sumalin sa paa, kahit anumang parte ng tao, ay doon na siya magbabago sa skin natin. Doon na siya babaon. Saka ito, magi-infect. So, katulad nga ng sinabi ko, galis, ito yung sugat na hindi basta-basta natanggal. Kailangan siya ng matinding medications as usual, prescription mula sa doktor. So, let's move on. The next part. The epidemiology of Pitrus pubis infestation is found worldwide and occurs in all races, in ethnic groups, and in levels of society. So class, kahit saan to namiminsala, and pubic lice usually are spread through sexual contact are almost common in adults. The distribution, the crab louse occurs in many parts of the world and is almost exclusively a parasite of man. Noted that it had been recorded from a chimpanzee from the French Congo. So the transmission, crab louse infestation, is found worldwide and occurs in all races and ethnic groups in all socioeconomic levels. So sinabi dito na mostly makita ito sa ethnic groups. Bakit? Sabihin na natin, I might not say na wala silang kaalaman tungkol sa family planning, sex education, pero yun ang totoo, yun ang fact. Ba't kumakalat tong sakit na to? So, Pulex irritans, epidemiology, fleas, o kuto, have a history of about 60 million years. So, kalain mo yun. Matagal na sila nag-exist sa ating mundo and have been found on prehistoric mammals. While becoming a parasitic, the original exterior of the two will. The distribution of these can come from the pupal stage, which can last from one day to many months. The egg and larval stage are much shorter in comparison. So, pag yung sa kuto, hindi siya masyadong visible sa human eye. Kailangan pa natin talagang duting yung kaugat-ugatan niya kung saan siya nagmumula, di ba? Sa ating pipisain. So, therefore, from egg to adult, one Pulex irritans could live over 2 years. So, ang tagal. Kailangan, pag may kuto ka, kailangan palang gamutin ka agad. Kasi pag lumala, siyempre, pandidirihan ka. Maaari pa itong cause ng itchiness sa ating buhok, kahit anong pa mang parte ng katawan na may buhok. So, Sarcoptes scabiei. The epidemiology, feeding on a human who has the disease infects the flea. The bacteria grows in the epithelial cells lining the flea gut wall and are excrete in the insect's feces. So yung itlog niya, tumutubo din pala sa kanyang sariling dumi. The distribution, the primary host for Xenopsylla, COPs, are rodents, so mga daga, especially rats. In North America, is cycled between X, pupae, and prairie dogs. So pag sinabi natin prairie dogs, ito yung mga asong gala. So the transmission is feeding on a human who has the disease infects the flea. So nakakawa din pala to. Usually, ang gamot sa galis, sa atin sa Pilipinas, itong scabies na to, pag sinabing scabies, automatic, sabi natin galis aso ito, di ba? Ito yung parang pag gumaling parang tunnel, kulay pula, tapos ang laki. Yun ang scabies, galis. Yan. So, The pathogenesis of Pityrius pubis. The Pityrius pubis is also known as the crab louse infestation. So, sorry, ito, i-ano lang natin, i-review lang natin. The pathogenesis, diagnosis, yan. So, diagnosis of Pityrius pubis. Pubic lice are short and crab-like and appear very different from head and body lice. Pubic lice infestation is diagnosed by finding crab louse or eggs on hair on the pubic region or less commonly elsewhere. Eyebrows, eyelashes, beard, mustache, armpit, perineal area, groin, trunk, scalp. So, hindi lang basta-basta ito tumutubo o nag-infect sa mga ating private parts. So, kahit saang parte ng katawan basta may buhok. Pathogenesis of Pulex irritans. All flea larvae resembles maggots with neither legs or eyes. They are opaque, white-colored, have several setae, and are extremely active. So, kung mapansin nyo, kung manonood ka sa YouTube, kung pipisain yung kuto, meron, hindi lang siya basta-basta pinisa, no? Pag pinisa siya, meron pa siya mga itlog na maliliit. Pwede pang tumubo yun. So, halimbawa, pag sa aso na lang, pag kukuha kayo ng kuto ng aso, dapat yung sunugin yun para, syempre, diba? Para one time, mawala sila lahat. So, diagnosis of Pulex irritans. Most commonly used pediculosides for lice infestation. As noted, drug resistance is increasing to the safest pediculosides. The pyretrins and synthetic pyretoids and even to malathion, an organophosphate insecticide which 95% obescidal efficacy against viable meats. So, ito yung itong tayo na sinasabi dito, kapag halimbawa nasa probinsya ay nag-i-spray sila ng masangsang na amoy sa mga mangga, yun na yun. So, pwede pa lang maging gamot yun para sa mga kuto. So, move to the next part, pathogenesis of Sarcoptes scabies. Pathogenesis of scabies disease is related to the host immune response after invaded by mites as scabies. It will penetrate. So, pag sinabing i-penetrate, tutusok niya, then, until reach the stratum corneum, then, suck the lymph fluid and consume epidermis cells for its survival. So, sinasabi na dito, consume epidermis cells, sabi natin, may pagkakanibal pala itong galis na to. Hindi daw siya mabuhay pag di daw niya kinakain yung cells sa epidermis, sa outer layer ng balat natin. So, the diagnosis of Sarcoptes scabies, or scabies in short, to diagnose scabies, your doctor examines your skin, looking for signs of mites, including the characteristic of burrows, and then when your doctor locates a mite burrow, or she may take a scraping from the area of your skin to examine under a microscope. So, i-examine pala yung balat mo kung meron mang tumutubo na galis aso doon o scabies, galis. Pero for me, ang pinaka-effective dyan is pagkakaroon ng magandang personal hygiene, like pagligo sa araw-araw, ganyan. Pag-iwas mo paghawak sa mga aso na may galis, di ba? So, let's move on. Okay. So, the symptoms of Pityrius pubis. The most common symptom of pubic lice getting itching near your genitals. So, pangangati ng private part ng ari ng lalaki babae. Ang prevention to prevent a pubic lice infestation, you should avoid sharing clothes. You should avoid beddings or towels with anyone's public lice. So, kung may nanghiraman sa'yo ng towel, mabuti na lang na huwag mo nang ipairam kasi ang towel sa pagligo ay isang personal na gamit. So, ang treatment, early diagnosis can be really helpful in managing SPD. If you're pregnant and experiencing pelvic pain, talk to your doctor. So, the Pulex irritants. The symptoms, it is extremely itchy. Talagang napakakate. Kuto, lalo sa buhok. Urge, swollen will develops within half an hour of the bite. After a day or so, the will may develop onto a blister or small wound. So, pag pinabayaan tong kuto na to, pwede siya magsugat. Prevention. Please don't bite through clothing. So, wearing long sleeve shirts, long pants, and socks can help prevent bites. If you'll be in an outdoor area where fleas are a problem, or if you're in the middle of treating a flea infestation in your home, put on some bug spray with pepper spray. Sir, pwede po bang baygon sa puksa ng kuto? Pwede po. So, treatment, wear long pants tucked into socks. Second, spray flea repellent to clothing or skin. Launder clothing and bedding. So, laban natin. So, on my own opinion, mas the best pa rin ang pagkakaroon ng personal hygiene. Pathogenesis of Sarcoidosis scabi. Simptomas ito, itching, mainly at night. Itchiness is the most common symptom. So, lahat naman nangangati, kuto, alisa, lahat naman nangangati yan. Pero ito, kakaibang level na to. Tagang napakakati. Prevention. Scabies is prevented by avoiding direct skin-to-skin contact with an infested person. So, avoid natin yung mga tao na I may not say na may sakit, pero may ganitong kaso ng sitwasyon, may galis kasi nakakaawa siya. So, for the treatment for scabies usually involves getting rid of the infestation with prescription ointments. Creams and lotion can be applied directly to the skin. Also, oral medications are also available. So, sinasabi dito, personal hygiene pa din. Kung halimbawa may galis ka na, scabies, mas maganda lang na lagyan mo lang ng mga prescripted na gamot para mas lalong mapadali yung paghilom ng sugat. Okay, re-review natin. So, next. So, doon nagtatapos ang lesson natin. Sana may matutunan kayo. All about parasites. So, thank you class for listening and goodbye for today.